Greetings, everyone. We're back. I'm back once again. Let's do this. Sony is coming up next. Yep, I'm back. I just have my jacket on. I've just got a little Kingdom Hearts representation here. We're just going a little more cash at night, a little bit. Let's see if I can hear and everything. If it's good, let me know if it's citrus. Seems like it's pretty good. All right. Give me just a minute here. Is that? I don't know if that's one word or not. Oh well, who cares? Um, always want to read your tweets. Make sure they're good. All right. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Hi, everybody. Hi, how's it going, people? How are we doing tonight? How are we doing? Yeah, another night, and we are here to watch some good old Sony press conference. So before we get started, we got to do two things. Well, first, we'll save it for a little bit later. We'll play with the audio and stuff, make sure it all sounds excellent and looks great for you guys. But first, we got to grab the whiteboard. Get that whiteboard. Let's take a little look here. What does it say? Sony. Okay. Okay. Well, look at this. This is kind of interesting. So as you can probably see here, Sony, Ghost of Tsushima, which they're definitely going to show, but I just want to put it on there just to make sure. Devil May Cry 5. Well, we already have that, but maybe we'll see more of it. That'd be great. And Sly Cooper Remaster, huh? That's a tall order. That's a tall order right there. Well, I mean, most of the Sly Cooper Remaster thing is kind of crazy. I just wanted to pick something kind of nuts for that one, just for fun. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm really looking forward to the show tonight. I think, kind of talking beforehand, Sony has about which four games it's going to get into. And if you haven't heard me say it about 10 times by now, there are four big games that they plan on discussing at length tonight. We have Spider Man, we have Ghost of Tsushima, we've got Death Stranding, and we have The Last of Us Part 2. Now, all major games for Sony. I don't remember if Death Stranding is PlayStation exclusive or not, but those other ones are. So obviously they're going to focus on that. Makes sense. So the question remains, what the heck else are they going to show? Today we had both Square Enix and Ubisoft show up, show off a little bit, but there were some big kind of notable things missing from them. Final Fantasy 70, Final 70, Final Fantasy 7. I can't even say it. Final Fantasy 7 remake. Where the heck is it? The Avengers game from Square Enix. Where is it? Also from Ubisoft, Splinter Cell. What are the chances that we're going to see those things tonight? Well, I don't know. I think there's a pretty good chance we could potentially see Splinter Cell. It should have showed up at Ubisoft, but maybe, just maybe, Sony has pulled a fast one, and they're going to show it off there. I would love to see it. I love Splinter Cell. Obviously, we talked a lot about Splinter Cell, and it could show up there. Could sneak onto the stage. Wouldn't be the first time something crazy like that's happened. So I think there's a possibility of that. I think also, if anywhere, if we were going to see Final Fantasy VII Remake popping up, obviously it's going to be at Sony. I think if we get to get any hint of that at all this E3, if it wasn't going to be Square Enix, which I thought for sure was just like a little tease, well, there you go. That's totally fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. But I hope we see it. Also, lastly, Avengers. I don't know if we'd see that here, but maybe we would. Dream with me. Let's hope together. That's the hope. Okay. Let's just make sure we're all good to go here. What? Yeah, man. Um, Anywho, chat though, I'm gonna keep asking you guys this before we start the show. What's the game that you want to see the most of? I know a lot of people are excited about Death Stranding, and I know I've kind of been down on it a little bit. It's like, well, Jimmy, why don't you like Kojima? Why don't you like all of his stuff? The problem is right now for me, it's hypothetical. Like I haven't seen the actual game, even though they said they've shown gameplay. I just want to know what it is. It's hard for me to be excited about it, kind of like with Cyberpunk a little bit, unless I know what it's going to be. Cyberpunk, I can kind of guess, like I had said, and with this one, I guess I could maybe make some educated guesses, but until then, I don't know. But tonight, that will all go away, and we'll actually know what it is. I'm guessing third-person, actiony stealth stuff, probably. So, there's that. Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man's a game I've been waiting for a long time. I'm really excited about it. I really wish it was multi-platform. I'm not saying that I can't play it on my own PlayStation 4, but I just wish more people could experience the greatness that is Spider-Man. And not since Spider-Man 2 has it seemed like they've taken the time to really get into Spidey, like to really develop the swinging mechanics, the actual fighting, and the world itself, which I think is just rife with potential. I think there's so many cool things you can do in Spider-Man. There's a ton of villains. He's got one of the coolest rogues galleries of any superhero. And I think with the fact that we know that there's like going to be some hints that like there's a Wakandan embassy, maybe there. I don't even know if the Baxter Building will be there. Fantastic Four. There's a lot of potential for other Marvel heroes and villains to show up. Even though I think it's going to focus mostly on Spidey. The question is, will it tie into the Avengers game? I have no idea. I'm not sure. It'd be cool. I think it's going to primarily focus on Spidey, but it'd be cool to see other cameos. That'd be nice. Like in, what was it, Ultimate Spider-Man, you could race Human Torch or something like that, and Wolverine fights Venom in that game. I think that's that one. I just like that kind of thing. I love the crossovers. That's what we love, seeing these cool heroes interact. So I want to see some more Spider-Man. I would kind of just want to see him swing around the city for like 5 minutes, then I'd be good to go. Which I think we'll probably get some devs out there, and they'll be talking about it. Insomniac will be like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're going to. Those two are down. Last of Us Part 2. I think we can expect something pretty brutal. I think we can expect something that'll be pretty shocking that people walk away with and say, oh my gosh, that was like crazy. Like, could you see what Ellie did to that person? Like a grown-up Ellie now, even as a kid, she was pretty brutal. But now, as an adult, I think we're going to see some pretty bad stuff that will kind of, people will go, oh, gasps and stuff like that. So we'll see. Again, I kind of know, kind of guess what that game's going to be. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe I think I know, but they'll change it a bunch. I doubt it because they've made Uncharted, and Uncharted didn't really drastically change. It just got better, so hopefully it'll get better. That's the thought. So not that the first Last of Us was bad by any stretch. There's some things that could have improved upon, but it's hard for me to think about like what things I really didn't like. It was a good game, really great story, really cool characters, really decent combat. I would say it was a little bit better than Uncharted, but it's a little more brutal, and the gunplay seemed a little bit better. So we'll see what that's like. Last up, the one I'm the most excited about, Ghost of Tsushima. Let's go. They teased this game. Was it last E3? I think it was last E3. But just seeing this game, and it's kind of just been in the background. It's just kind of been ruminating, as it were. This is the time to strike. This is the time to crack it open, show off how pretty it is. They'll probably say with all of these, hey, PlayStation Plus, or Pro, I should say, PlayStation Pro Enhanced, or it's better, best on the PlayStation Pro. But I'm really excited to see this game. Kind of a samurai turned ninja, maybe. And it will be interesting to see if that gameplay is kind of reflected in that kind of that split. I don't know if they would have you play the first part of the game as like a noble samurai, and then the rest of it as like a shinobi, like kind of sneaking around. Who knows? Here it comes. Everything I predicted. New system reveal coming 2020. Oh God. Do you think Fragaden? Also, Fragaden, are we citrus? Are we good? Let me know. I haven't had anyone say here. I haven't had them say it hasn't been citrus. So, yeah, there's always the chance of that too. After that, I think a lot of these games could potentially. We're starting to see that point though, where if a PlayStation 5 is announced or they're talking about the next few years, these games are the likeliest candidates to be on both, or at least another version of it. Like Spider-Man's coming out on this, PlayStation 4, but they could make it for PlayStation 5. I sound clear? Good. Frag, do you want to do a quick sound check with me? Let me know if this all looks and sounds good. So we got that, right? And if I interact with it, is that too loud? Let me know. If I deafened you, I apologize. I apologize. I can play it louder too. I also wait. Hold on a second. You know what? Hold on a sec. 1 sec. Now, how about now? Oh yeah, smooth sounding. Oh yeah, yeah. This is just me dancing. There, turn it down just a smidge. How about that? Let me know, bro. I was like, come on, keep playing music. Like, how's that, pal? Perfect. All right, that's what I like to hear. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hit interact with that. I'm just going to mute it for myself for now. And there we go. I'll put that on there too. Good deal. Excellent. Fragadin, what is it for you, man? What's the game that you just need to see tonight? That you just want to know more about? That you just wanna play today, if you could? Like, what is it? What is that game? Also, thank you for the like and the retweet, buddy. Appreciate your support. Ah, Fragadin, you got my heart. Also, thank you for liking that whole Jason Vandenberg thing that Simon's trying to set up. I don't know if it'll happen, but that would be very cool. That would be very cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That would be intense. I like Jason Vandenberg a lot. He's a very cool guy. Hold on just one second. I'm being so profesh right now. Juggling things, like a man who would juggle something. What would he juggle? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. There's something I was supposed to do earlier. Oh, here we are. Bam. Done. I think. I hope. This stuff's never done. The work never ends here. Okay. Honestly, I really feel that whatever Sony has that we're expecting, but I want a real shocker out of left field title. Man, you know that. Me too. I want that. I wanted that for Microsoft, and honestly, I didn't really see that. To be completely frank with you, I I do want to see that. I don't know if we will. I think we'll see those big four games, and then we'll get maybe some gameplay of Devil May Cry 5. But it'd be cool to see FF7, Avengers, or like I said earlier, Splinter Cell. Gotta be Splinter Cell. Come on. Also, I want to see Resident Evil 2 remake, and not only pull at our heartstrings with nostalgia, but visually be stunning. Yeah, and it'll be those locked cameras. It'll be those locked cameras. Don't you worry about that. I think that's gonna be a thing. I don't think it's gonna be a thing. Perfection. There we go. All right. Yeah, so for me, because I'm not a huge Resident Evil guy, I feel like I missed out on like Resident Evil and Metal Gear. So that means like a lot of the big stuff for Sony, it didn't really hit me. And their other stuff like Crash and Spyro, I was always more of a Nintendo kid. So I I feel like there's a lot of that I like missed out on. It's that way. It kind of makes me like not as enamored with Sony or enamored with stuff like Resident Evil. But I really do want to see Resident Evil 2 remake. It'd be cool to see it show up tonight, just because I know a lot of people, fragging, which is a shame. But it's okay because I can't like everything. All right, I gotta have some tastes. I gotta, and also you're limited as a kid when your parents kind of get you the one thing. And Nintendo is such a family friendly console. It's kind of hard to. We had a PlayStation eventually, but we played like Final Fantasy 7 and 8. And it wasn't like we got into that other stuff. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of horror, so you know, it's okay. It's all good. We're all good. Uh, by the way, okay, so we've got this browser going. Do you like the Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts, like I said, we're changing it up a little bit. We're going a little more casual because I feel like most of these guys coming out on stage are just going just going casual. Uh, yeah. What do we got here? Yeah, I started with NES. I wanted a Super Nintendo, but I got a Genesis. Ah, see, I missed out on all that stuff. So, I know the differences. I know like a Nintendo Entertainment System and a Super Nintendo Entertainment System and all that stuff. And yeah, I wanted a 64, but got a PS1. Ah, yeah, 64, baby. Ooh, so good, so good. Love it so much. Still, probably one of my favorite consoles of all time. Also, I do kind of miss the ability to just turn on my console and go right to a game. I know there's other stuff we have to get to, but it's just cool. Just like you turn on that 64 and you're going. Like you don't have like I gotta get to the menu screen. Yeah, none of that, which is great. All right, 16 minutes left. Oh my goodness. Gonna be. I think the show's gonna be really good. The question is, and then it doesn't have to be will they beat Microsoft, but do we think? No, we know for sure that they're not going to show game after game after game. They're going to do, they said, deep dives. So they'll probably bring people out People will sit down, they'll talk about a game for like 10 or 15 minutes, they'll do like a live demo, they'll have Kojima come out or whatever. Uh, so I don't think it's going to be as fast paced as something like Microsoft was, where it's just like boom, 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 boom. So just keep that in mind going forward. This is going to be more of a slow burn, I would say, but it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot burn. It's going to be slower. It's going to be hotter, hotter. That's just my guess going into this. Just my guess. We'll see. I don't know if we'll see Spyro reignited on here. I know that it's playable. I'd be interested to see if they kind of promote that at all. I'm also interested. I'm interested because they said they have some surprises from third party. Gotta be Splinter Cell. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Like, I feel like I'm crazy. It's gotta be Splinter Cell. It's got to be. Like, it has to be. He has to show up here. If Sam Fisher doesn't show up here, I'm gonna be so sad. Like, I'm gonna be like, because like we're all so certain that leak was so right. You know what I mean? Am I crazy? I don't know. I'm not sure. Simon just let me know he's not going to make the stream. Don't worry about it, Simon. We love you. You're so great. Poor Simon. Yeah. Which is sad because like you can't really do a press conference that makes every time zone in the world happy. You know, it's going to be really late for some, but and also you have to balance out the fact that like there are other press conferences going on, so like Sony doesn't want to go at the same time as Ubisoft, and they try to kind of split things, especially if they want to share, talking about a similar game or the same game. Weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's also weird to watch something like Microsoft and then go watch like Ubisoft or Bethesda, that they are third party and they kind of don't hold any super allegiances to anybody, even though like Ubisoft is pretty close to Nintendo, Bethesda's pretty close to Microsoft. But then you like say like, oh, those games are multi-platform. But when I watch the Xbox, conference, even though those aren't all exclusive, it's hard for me to not think that they're all. I'm like, oh, I just associate that with Xbox right now. Like showing that Jump Force game, like that just makes me think of Xbox. It's crazy the perception, the perception. Percepzione. Is that the word? I don't think it's the word. Let's make sure we don't have like any type of weird little pre-show. Okay. Now I clicked and I made sure it was the English one because I was worried. I looked at it for a second. I was like, uh-oh, this might be weird if it's not, if it's the Japanese one. We don't want that. Before I get in, we don't want that. Yeah, I know so many people are just really excited about this. This is kind of the press conference that people usually get the most jazzed or hyped about because they have, in the past couple of years, have done a better job of putting on a bigger show. A lot of it kind of goes and harkens back to that God of War reveal with the live orchestra and stuff. That was very good. However, I do want to point out that a lot of times, at least with these guys, it seems like they, in the past, not this time, but in the past, what they've done is they've announced a bunch of games that aren't coming out this year, which they don't necessarily need to do. But sometimes they would be like, oh, it's coming out in like 2018 sometime. Don't worry about it. Like, they don't really like to land on a hard date, especially for their exclusives if they aren't, pretty far along. So, like for Death Stranding, I don't know if we're going to see a release date. We could. We very well could, but we'll see. We just need to see the gameplay. We need to see how far along this puppy is. You know? You know what I'm saying? What can we do? Yeah. I would like to see some more Devil May Cry 5 gameplay. I watched a little bit of an Inside Xbox thing where they were talking to Itsuna about it, and he is confident. He said that this game will exceed our expectations and that it'll be playable over, I think, at Gamescom, which just makes me want to buy a ticket to go over to Germany because I want to get my hands on that game. Because the more I look at it, the more I'm getting more and more sold. Oh, dang, that game. I just can't wait. It's gonna be. I hope it's fire. I hope it's real good. I hope it's just like. And they're just showing Nero. We haven't seen Dante. We haven't seen Virgil. We haven't seen potentially Kyrie if she's a playable character. I don't know. I want to dig into that game. I really want to get into it. And apparently, it takes place several years after the first after Devil May Cry 4, which all takes place before Devil May Cry 2. Yeah, try to keep that straight. I think the saving grace is the fact that yeah, these games have been taking their sweet time to release, but when they do, they're great games. Exactly, Fragan, I completely agree with you. Sony doesn't need to rush these games out. Nobody needs to rush these games out. I would rather have them take their time. It's just so many times people are like, "Oh man, it's like Sony won E3 or whatever." But you like really once you start to pick it apart and say like, "Oh, they had a really good presentation." However, they announced a bunch of games that we have no idea when they're going to come out. So, but Sony does have a trademark or a high bar of quality that they've been shooting for a long time. So that's been great. Hey Ryan, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You gonna hang out with us for Sony? Also, give my best to Gabby and your dog and cat. Always send me pictures of your dogs if you got them. Love them. I have a feeling like a lot of characters in the DMC storyline will die. I think they will really crush Dante in this game. Oh, really? Whoa. Maybe. Ryan, Sony will win E3. Da, 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 da. To maybe create canon for why he is so dry in Devil May Cry 2. Oh, like he has no personality? Maybe. They did. I've heard like stuff that they talked about. They licensed or tried to get the titles for Devil May Cry like 6, 7, 8, and 9 or something like that, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be in chronological order. That means they could happen wherever. So I'm not too concerned about them trying to like get Dante to the point of like be like we're gonna give Dante to how he was in Devil May Cry 2. You know, like they don't need to worry about that as much. So Ryan, what's the game that you're looking forward to the most here tonight? It can either be one of the big four that they're going to talk about, or just something crazy. Ooh. Fraggin', yeah, did you like that dance I did earlier today? That's great. That was fun. That song is getting to me. Frag, you know we're both. I'm just a sucker for the Devil May Cry. Like, should I go play DMC? I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe I should. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I think I played the demo. Very good, thank you. I did it for you. Did it for you. Be honest with me though, guys. Do you like this? Do you like this kind of style? Is this too cash? A little Riku there. I love Riku. It's cool to see him today. Fragging, you didn't? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I think at the time there was just too many things coming out, and I was just kind of hurt. You know. Heyo, Missile Mage. I never played DMC. I played a little bit, but not like enough to. It just really bothered me. Not. I think the combat's good. I just didn't like the art direction and just the overall feel of the characters in the world. I was just like, ugh. It just wasn't for me. Ryan, you like the style? Okay, good, good, good. I didn't want people to be like, you're not dressing up in a suit. I've been doing that so much, and it's just kind of nice to shake it up a little bit. Also, by the way, I like how Phil Spencer dresses. He just wear like a t-shirt and then just like a jacket or whatever. Very casual. I like that a lot. Very casual. Missile, Mr. Fanboy. I platinumed Nier. Oh, there we go. Missile, what are we getting tonight? What do you foresee from Sony, or what is the game you want to talk about the most? Guys, if I wait for Nier to come down, I might wait a little bit for Nier to come down in price, but then I don't know. Should we just stream that game? We could just stream it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I do really want to just get into an actual like big RPG though. Not that Nier isn't, but not like an action RPG, like a sit down. You got to play for like 3 or 4 hours. By platinum, I mean I bought all the trophies. Is that what you have to do in that game? Also, Babylon's Fall from Platinum coming from Square Enix or whatever. I was like, whoa, what's this? Craziness. Oh, alright. Mm. Stream Nier! There's a shop in the game where you could buy trophies for in-game currency. That's funny. I don't think I've ever platinumed any game. I've just never been into that sort of thing. Sony, let's go. Dreams. Oh yeah, I forgot. Dreams. Yeah, probably Dreams today. A little bit, for sure. I think Dreams is not a. Well, is it a lock? Pretty close to a lock. That's gonna be somewhere in the middle. You don't open or close the show with Dreams, but you put it in the middle. Maybe beginning middle. You know what I mean? Like you show like a game or two and then show Dreams. Horizon was your very first platinum. Oh, look at you. I'm so excited to think of what the future for Horizon is. Just I like that game, but going back to it was like they could work on a few things like control wise, but oh man, just such a gorgeous, good looking world. Like I like being in it. Dreams, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, Red Dead. Ooh. So those you talked about the 4 there that they're definitely talking about. There's a chance for Devil May Cry 5, Splinter Cell, maybe popping up. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, man. Don't even get me started. I'm more excited about that game than Sariko, Shadows Die Twice, because I'm just not a huge From Software guy. I know that's like blasphemous, but we'll see how that game plays. I just don't like hyper punishing games, like just except I beat Cuphead, so it's like, oh, that's FF7, Final Fantasy 7. I know I was saying that at the top of the show. Like, if it's gonna show anywhere else, you know, it can't really show it at Nintendo. That'd be incredible. It's coming to Nintendo Switch. Final Fantasy 7 remake, exclusive to Switch. People would be like, Cyberpunk is greater than Sekiro IMO. Ooh, I have to agree. Except I do want to see actual gameplay from Cyberpunk. Jimmy, you're not a fan of a lot of things we are discovering here. I'm just being honest with you. It's just like 2 or 3 things. It's just like Metal Gear and From Software. What? People are like, why do you even watch these press conferences? Oh, it still says Ubisoft. Thank you. You're right. I forgot to mention. I forgot to change that. Thank you. It's like I do all these things and I forget like one thing. So it should be changed now. If you refresh the page, I'm not gonna refresh the page. I don't want to miss the chat because I love you guys. There we go. People be like, the Ubisoft president. If someone could refresh the page and let me know if it worked, that would be swell. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay. There we go. Let me know if that's better. What else, chat? What else? Sean Layden. Hands together. I wonder if some of these people, if that's kind of like their thing, so they can just talk, you know, like talk in front of a big audience. They kind of do a thing, put their hands together, they kind of brace themselves in a different way. I don't know. All right, hold on a second, everybody. Hold the phone. Hold it. Put it in the bank. All right, I refreshed it just to make sure. All right, hold on a second, because I was worried. I thought chat was broken for a second. I get so worried. Okay, everybody. So we've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes left. Let's see how we're looking here. Okay. There it is. All right. I'm sleepy, but I want to see. Might fall asleep mid-conference. Simon, you're here, and I love you. Oh, it's on? It's good? We're good? It's good? We're all good? Sweet. Started live. Whoa, really? Oh, here we go. I'll get the sound. Don't worry. Should be sound. Here we go, everybody. It's very quiet. Uh-oh. Or is this dream starting off? Maybe I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Everything citrus, everybody? We're good? Oh, it'll begin shortly. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is chill. Hello, cute drop. Simon, what are you looking in a mirror? I just want Nero to slice in the background and jump through. Great. Guys, again, thank you for joining me here. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Person on the stool looks like they're from We Happy Few. The entire Sony 2018 press conference was created in dreams. Death Stranding, created in dreams. Alright, it's 8 o'clock. Is there a person, like, in the piano? Or is there two people on the... It kind of reminds me of Eva from Wall-E. Simon, you on the couch? Simon, yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, here we go. I was like, let's go.
Please welcome Sean Layden.
Hey guys,
Whoa, this is a weird setup.
good evening everyone, and
Take you to church?
welcome. And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church. This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman, it doesn't end that way. It doesn't end that way. But no, again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. You know, we look at what the stories have we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we can do for this show.
This is weird.
So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. You know, what we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do. Our teams of creatives and studios and designers, they have stories to tell and things they want to show you and places they'd like to take you. That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation. This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your mind.
There's a televangelist
And
joke
tonight,
in here somewhere.
We're beginning here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage, introduce to you, Gustavo Santaolalla.
This just seems so strange. I'm sure there's a cool reveal gonna happen where they like pull the thing apart or do something crazy. I don't know what. Last of Us Part 2. this church is gonna explode or something. Just wait for it. This would work better. I'm sure they have a reason for this. I just feel like you show the game during this, but just... And that's all we have to show from The Last of Us Part 2. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. You have a great A3. Yeah, it definitely sets the tone. If it's her...
Out one night to make a little round, I met little Sadie and I shot her down. Went back home, jumped into bed, 44 pistol under my head.
Okay, yeah. So it's like you're in the
I
church.
woke up in the morning about 5:30, hacks in the buggy standing around, jets and gamers standing around, thinking little Sadie turned very I began to think very deep down about the hell that I might.
Where's Joel? That's Ellie. Yep.
I hate these things.
Tell me about it.
Your old man really laid into me today.
What happened?
Another big lecture about my patrols. Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved he gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
I give you guys 2 weeks until you're back together.
Not gonna happen. She say something, dude?
Make it 1 week.
Yeah, the audio's kind of weird, I think.
Hey! What took you so long? Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Tina?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir.
Such a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell? Like a hot pile of garbage?
Oh. Okay.
Oh. How about that? Gross. You love it. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified of you.
Ellie, I don't think he got that guy. We are going to see tweets about this for a long time. Yeah, finally gameplay. They needed to do that. Looks really good. Look at that lighting off the plants. It's very nice. This young Lara Croft Tomb Raider stuff looks great. Real good.
They are nested with sin. What is freezing? Holy shit! Whoa, no! No, no!
Yummy.
Spread out.
Get your bow. Good kill. Clean kill. I always like to think in games like that where an enemy sees you, they're just like, I didn't see him enough. Why follow up? Get the knife. Oh, you can dodge? Okay, go. There we go.
She went into the grass. Watch yourself. Ethan.
What?
Wolf. She came through here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
It's cool to see her cock the actual gun. Get the knife. I can't take her seriously when she swears. I just can't. This reminds me of that little 12-year-old back in the day. Pretty cool environment, though. Ah, cool. Oh! Whoops. Oh, she was 14? Sure. A lot of love for Ellie in the chat. Let me guess, the clickers are going to come in soon. I just think this isn't as impressive just because, like, it still looks really great, but after seeing Tomb Raider, I don't know. Oh, they're cool, and they're in a makeup store. Atta girl. Oh! Oh! Jeez, that was brutal. Oh! Nice. Machete. Whoa. Dang, that machete is sweet. Oh! Oh, Ellie. Ooh. Finish him, Ellie. Well, can you talk to these people? Sure is brutal. Dang. Joel just walks in, clapping. Well done. Back to the church, yeah. Yep. This has more personality. Feels very different to Tomb Raider.
I told you. He should be terrified.
I was so happy with the first Last of Us that I just never wanted a 2, but people are excited, so that's okay. Maybe it's just not for me, but I'm sure I'll play it. They're like, should we clap? Or were they told not to?
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 Showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later. And I am joined by my good friend, Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann.
How are you?
I'm
Do you
good. It's
move
such a
from,
pleasure
like,
to be here
place
at the
to
PlayStation
place?
Showcase.
Oh, dear.
And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better
That's
guest
really cool
to
for the
have
people who are there.
for joining us about Worldwide Studios than the chairman of Worldwide Studios, Mr. Sean Layden. Hello,
guys.
sir.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so fast?
We've created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and
flung
shot
right-
right across to the studio here.
Right over
This
here.
is
Well,
weird,
it's good to have
everybody.
you here,
Well, it's
so.
great to be here, and I think
They're
I was
losing
very,
it.
a very powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right, and there's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
Speak for them, Sean.
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series.
I don't like
and
this,
I think
guys.
what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful. I mean, the whole relationship
What are we
between
watching,
Ellie and Dina
the
going
post
into
show?
the combat sequence really shows that they're pulling out all the stops over at Naughty Dog, and they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person what you're coming up against.
And I can't wait to see more of that, and that was first gameplay we saw there of The Last of Us Part 2, looking obviously incredible. And speaking of incredible, I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable.
Let's show this
Horizon,
incredible,
God of War, which needs no
incredible
introduction.
trailer or
And
whatever,
Detroit
demo
Become
and
Human,
stuff.
I mean,
Even though I was
what
giving
is
a little
the
criticism,
secret,
it's still a great
and
trailer.
What are you doing
Or
over there?
demo,
at Worldwide
gameplay, all
Studios?
that.
What's going on there?
And then do this.
The rule number one is do no harm, all right?
This is what people are going to associate your game with.
Right. In a lot of ways, my job is just to move the boulders out of the road to make sure that creative talent can get where they need to go. You know, provide backup, provide scope. You know, provide.
This makes me worry that they really don't have a lot past the 4 games they
advice
mentioned.
about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide. We try to give them as much creative.
Jim, you can
control
admit
as
that you're not a fan of
possible
that demo.
and just help
It was
support them
fine.
through their
I
vision.
just
That's kind of what we've been
it
trying
was
to do
brutal.
here
I guess
the
I'm
last,
just
dozen
I've seen
years
so
or
many
so over the last
sneaking
few years.
around
I think
arrow
right now,
things,
certainly in the
gameplay.
PS4
Like
era,
it just
we're
after
seeing
seeing
a lot of that coming
so much of
coming into play right now.
Tomb Raider the
Good to hear
past
that.
couple of
And,
years, it just
you know, I mean,
what was
speaking
new
about
about
making
that?
fans happy? I mean, I think
know,
there's a question that I've been getting a
like,
whole lot.
I
and it
guess
has
it's
to
just
do with
there wasn't
God of
anything
War.
super
You know,
shocking
it's a
to me.
celebrated game
I guess
that
they're
sold
trying to
extremely
shock
well
the
and
fact
has a
that like,
huge legion
hey, Ellie
of fans. And
is
one of the
you
things I
know
wanted to mention
a
was,
gay
you know,
character
I
that's
get a
also
lot
a
of
badass.
tweets about
I think
New
that's totally
Game
cool.
Plus.
It's great, but
You
to
know,
me,
is
it's
this-
like
is this something
show
that
me
you
something
and Santa Monica
new about The
Studio
Last
are
of Us
evaluating for God of War?
Part 2.
You know, it's crazy.
What is different?
With the advent
Why
of
should I
social
want to
media,
come back?
we get a lot of real-time feedback
I'm just saying.
Right.
from the fans and the
Just saying.
community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here or not talk about at all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say today that the teams are working on it, and we should have some
Yeah,
more updates
Last of
on
Us
that. We'll
gameplay
put that through
featuring
the blog,
Ellie,
it's
but
gonna
I've
happen.
played The
All
Last
right.
of Us and I've
Definitely.
played as
As
Ellie
someone
before. It's just an
miraculously
older
finished
Ellie.
God of War
You know,
with a
that's all it
2-year-old
is.
at home,
Like I
that
liked
makes me
playing
very
Ellie
happy.
in the last
I
game.
will somehow
That's
find
kind of
more
scary,
time.
but okay.
I will find time to get. He wasn't watching.
Okay,
I
thank
find-
Well, you can say The Last of Us
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Last of Us
Kids don't
released
judge them.
before the Tomb
That's
Raider,
sweet.
as you know
yeah,
it.
thank you so
That's
much,
true.
Ryan.
It's just
It's
that
great to hear
it's
that
been so
you
long
and
since
the
we've seen that.
amazing team at
There's
Santa
been
Monica
so much
Studio
Tomb Raider.
are
It
happy.
just
Hey, if we can
it doesn't
create
feel
the
as different
functionality
as it
features that allow
used to.
people to
That's
spend
all
more
I'm trying to
time
say.
in the worlds we build, that's by definition a good thing.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So New Game Plus, that is confirmed.
Yeah, there's definitely a
It is coming to
dichotomy.
God
Yeah,
of
I
War.
just
We'll have full details on PlayStation Blog
this is just
shortly.
not good.
We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I
So
wanted
did
to
you
ask
not have
about
no
that.
attachment to the
About a
story?
month
No,
ago,
I did,
you
Fragan,
did
and I
something a
definitely
little
did.
bit
I thought it was
out
a
of
great
the
story. I never
ordinary
wanted it
for
to
our
end, but at the
team,
same time,
and you
when it
came out
ended,
and
I
talked
thought it
about
was
the
so
4
poignant
main
that
games
I didn't
that
really
we
need
will
to
be
see
highlighting,
past it. I didn't need to see a
tonight's
sequel. I was
PlayStation
like, cool.
Showcase. I was
That
wondering
was
what the
amazing.
thought
That was
process
fantastic.
was there.
I don't want a
Every
sequel,
year,
really,
we try to let
but
the-
it's
the stories
they're
we have to
telling there
tell
must be some
design the
story.
experience we're going
Like
to
I want to
create.
know why are we
And
telling
this
the
year,
story.
We felt that
You know?
what we really want to do
Like,
is
I guess
take
it's just
people
the
on a journey
aftermath.
deep into the content,
No clickers,
deep
though,
into
which
the 4
was-
big
I'm
killer games
showing
we're
the
working
restraint
on right
there.
now,
Kinda interesting.
and get them to see a bit more about the stories.
Kind of
we're
looks
trying
great to me.
tell
It's very
and the way
adaptable,
it's gonna
sure.
be
The
expressed
game
and
the
what
way it
we get out
ended
of it.
because I
It's a
don't know
really
anyone who
wide
loved
range
the gameplay.
of titles there. Anything from
Yeah,
The
gameplay
Last of
is
Us 2 we
fine,
just saw right
yeah.
now through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the games we're working on.
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games.
No
in the
surprises from
showcase later
Sony.
tonight. Do you have any personal games that you are most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams
gameplay
are really
of the
crushing it right across the board.
First game was
Fair
bad.
enough. But one
The
thing I
story
would
was just
say
so good.
is,
Yeah,
there's
Frank,
one
that's
of
how
the
I felt
games that
too.
we're having out today that will be
Yeah.
playable in 3 months.
Gameplay was I thought it was
and
fine,
available in
but
stores,
yeah.
and that's our favorite web slinger,
Of course.
Spider-Man. So
Just
we're gonna see a
I
lot of
wish
that tonight,
Naughty
and
Dog
I
would just
think,
make
the
movies.
folks at home will be
Honestly.
happy with what they're gonna get.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping stopping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
It's great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station then.
All
Yes,
right, please do.
All right.
And
Wear the helmet.
we do have a lot more in store coming up in just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Oh no, no. ceiling to improve gameplay for sure. Yeah. I just didn't really see what that was in this. This seemed like the same as last game. Oh, I remember this map. Remember that map? Black Ops maps. Yep. Remember that one. Oh, hey, this is gun range, I think. Firing range. That's close. Which you felt it showed in this demo.
Access to Back in Black maps
The show
in
are
Call of
probably
Duty
having the time of their
Black Ops
lives.
3
Oh,
only
probably.
when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Maybe it's just one of those games I have to get my hands
Welcome
on.
back. We
you
are
know,
having the
try it out. Last of Us
PlayStation
2, that
E3
is.
showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about.
Well, let's watch the
We've got
streamer
some
like
good
spit
friends
though.
as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Welcome.
What's
Hi.
happening?
That's
Good
right.
to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
here,
Friendly
yeah.
faces right before the showcase.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here, and when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are making their way to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 this October on launch day. But what we just learned here is that those maps, those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. But what if I don't own Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend.
Oh.
So
Like
tonight,
planned it.
we are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, very nice. This is why I love E3, because not only do we get to share awesome news with our audience, but PlayStation Plus subscribers get a little treat.
Get a
This
extra
could be like a
treat.
5-hour show
little
where they're just
mid-E3
walking from venue to
supply drop
venue.
over
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
That was
Perfect.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
That's right. We had the countdown to E3, and that was 5 game reveals and updates over a span of 5 days. A lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
Oh, let's look at something they showed off like a week ago. Why are we doing this? Help me, chat. Send help. Jeff Keighley, help me. Oh no. But even if it's a cool thing to be there actually at the show, you're still having to walk from one venue to the next. Hopefully there's only one last venue they have to go to. Now they're just showing Days Gone like that, and they should be showing it.
What is this? I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up. Focus. Remember.
From the creators of Fee and Flipping Death
Look like you've seen a ghost.
That's the spirit. Comes a heartfelt story in VR.
But really, who are you?
So Days Gone isn't even in the main presser? I don't know. At this point. This is not... Sony, you really got to do something big now. This is... I don't even... So they apparently have not started? No, you can't say that because The Last of Us that's one of the games they talked about. So
Welcome back. We're
they
just a
moved
few
them
minutes away
into
from
the next
E3 PlayStation
area.
showcase. I mean, when I say a few minutes, I mean we're really. So let's keep moving here. There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd.
So Ghost of
is seated.
Tsushima is going to be the next big
people
thing.
are about ready to go. This show's about to continue, about to move into the big event.
Yeah, it was great to see the countdown stuff, but I do think that there's like maybe one more thing we can sneak in there before we cut away to the showcase.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
think so?
let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in.
Squeeze it in.
Okay, so this next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6
They put everybody
billion
in that
hours.
church to
Incredible
show them
stuff.
that,
Yeah, they play
but they
that
didn't really
so
play up
much.
to
A lot.
anything
They
in the
did.
church. The
And,
guy with the
we're gonna
banjo
take
came
a-
out
a
and
first
played,
look at
which
the
was
next
great because
chapter
he's
right
done the
now.
music for these games. But still, like that's just man, this is not. They're trying too hard. This is overreaching, even for them. If everyone would jump in these buses, and go to the next town over. Look, it's Cade 6. all messed up. We'll have our next showcase at Taco Bell. I just love that Sony really wanted to get Destiny and Call of Duty. Microsoft's like, yeah. Is it possible Sony's gonna have the worst showing this year? Like, Sean Layden even said like he don't expect surprise or anything. Unless this is like one big troll. They just took Nathan Fillion out of Destiny. Final nail in the coffin. Yeah, Forsaken looks interesting. E3, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was a powerful new look at Destiny 2. Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about that Gambit mode coming up. And guess what? If you're at E3, you can play it at our booth.
Not too bad.
But
not too bad.
There's barely any time because we're about to get to the showcase.
That's right. We are really seconds away when it comes down to it from the rest of PlayStation's E3 showcase.
What's that guy on the far right
Thank
at
you so
EA?
much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight. But for now,
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time. Should we get to it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
Okay. Got a lot more in store.
It started
let's
at
check it
8.
out live right now.
About a half hour ago. Oh. Sony needs chili dogs. Yeah, they need something right about now. I don't even know what's happening. Are they like rendering the gameplay right now? Is that what they're doing? Are they like giving them just a few more seconds to just, you know, make those final finishing touches? You guys are making this the most meme-worthy thing ever. This guy is gonna, oh my gosh. A bit off on representation. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a historically accurate game. Now let's have this white man come up here and play one of their traditional instruments and wear their garb. Because we couldn't find anybody else to do it. What are the chances this was just a guy in the crowd? Like he just got up and nobody stopped it. This is everybody's fault who praised the orchestra, Missile Mage. You're one of them, just kidding. He can play better than I could, too. Yeah, game, please. It's like a bunch of folding chairs they're sitting in. Oh, man. All right, everybody, we have 4 minutes of gameplay, and then we will get in the buses again. Oh, good. It's that guy again. Excellent. Excellent. sick. Is this the actual game? Wow. Looks really good. Mongol Invasion V9. Okay, yeah, show me this game. Some people crying. It's really pretty. Some horizon grass right there. Oh. Guys, I'm getting Witcher vibes right here.
Nobu, come.
Nobu's like, I'm right over here, dude. Wow. Very pretty. Good. Nice hoof claps.
Where are they?
Fight. Time to fight some Mongols. Roach. Good one, Frank.
Bastards! Enough! Was next samurai.
Show me that gameplay. Quick draw. Oh, yes! I am in. Good draw. Good draw. Sick. Yeah, that's nice. I like how they take a second to fall down. Back on track. Back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Oh, don't tell me there's co-op.
Jin.
Oh.
You're late.
You're impatient.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
Combat does seem, it looks a little bit Witcher 3. I completely agree with you.
We need him, Masako.
I'm okay with that, though. Oh. Man, this game is really pretty. Yes.
We could take them.
No. Remember Sago Bridge? We strike quietly. They kill the monk.
Stealthed. Oh, what did he? Oh, he got him with a knife. Forget what those are
Guard
called.
the exits. Just get that monk.
Grapple hook? Every good game's got a grapple hook. Wow. Oh, look at that tree right there. The leaves.
Please, I do not understand.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. I was like, please stab him through the fake. Okay. Chained executions.
He called
Pretty cool.
reinforcements. We have to move.
This is definitely Ghost and not Sokiro, right? Yeah? Such an Akira Kurosawa game. Oh.
Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Do we get to decide? Probably.
Run!
Oh.
If we fight, the Mongols win.
They already won.
A friend quickly becomes an enemy. Oh, it's a Shoto, I think is what I was thinking of, maybe. Little knife.
You were my friend.
Give me
Sick. This is so cool. I love this. The blood on the swords? Yes.
You hear them coming? That's our enemy.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be... That's pretty cool. This might be one of the prettiest games I've ever seen, and it's not even... Oh, I'll have to look it up later. Just... Seppuku? That's what Sony was doing earlier with that freaking little thing. Oh, he's gonna help. Oh, okay, they're gonna be buddies. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. That was great. That was great. No HUD though, not really. Alright, everybody, back in the van. Say please don't do that again. Guys, that game looks... Oh, baby. It's like, is he gonna kill this person? Story person? There you go. This one's for you, Miss Mitch. Dreams. Death Stranding?
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals. You can keep traveling deeper.
Silent Hills? Quantum Break 2. Oh, it is Remedy. Okay. I was gonna say, it looks like Quantum Break. Are they in like a shelter or something? Moss 2. Increase the volume? Yeah, sure. There you go. Let me know if that's better.
I'm putting you under arrest.
RE2 remake, what do you think?
Stay back, sir. I've got this. Officer, you need help? What are you doing?
Might be, yeah.
No. Get off of me.
Yeah, you're right. There he is. Good job, Pregadin.
Jesus Christ.
Not a great face model.
Money's in my account. Always a pleasure.
Attention, all citizens. Due to the citywide outbreak.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Telltale's RE2 remake.
My extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
God damn it.
Will you help me?
Of course. It's an impressive display of strength. But we never meant for this to happen.
It's coming. It's coming back.
Looks like it's gonna be third person though. Oh, there we go. Release date. It's funny feeling nothing for that, and I know so many people are so excited. So I'm happy for everybody else. That guy, it's pre-order, and he said, "Don't tell me what to do." I gotta say, those facial animations, though. Just saying. Just saying. The rest of it looks good, though. Pregadin's freaking out over here.
Games and the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks at this new game I'm going to show you right now. Trover Saves the Universe. Let's give it a look. Oh, whoa, there's some action platforming stuff in this little piece of shit. I'm the Bathtub Guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but, you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game. Whoa, look at that. That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help! He's got electrocuted.
I really like Rick and Morty. I just don't. I'm not feeling that. People like to clap. Okay. Kingdom Hearts.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Are they going back to pirates?
Why are you so happy? 'Cause we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this world.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
Are they tackling? Whoa, is that? That actually looked really good for a second there. Oh, well, those faces. Oh no, we're going at World's End, everybody. Oh, sweet Aunt Jemima. Oh, they're going after Assassin's Creed? Why not? Mixed feelings. It's just pure insanity.
You back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Jack, don't you give this creep the time of day.
Sora, stand down. It's the code. Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
I'm looking for a box.
Get them!
Sora!
Why do they keep doing this?
Come for us.
There's no sound effects.
Farewell. Arendelle is safer with me staying up here.
Oh,
Please, go away.
And the unversed collected enough screams and sadness from those children.
Yeah, and the whole time they were trashing our company in the process!
You're following her.
Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts.
Oh, new 7 princesses. That's what they're going after.
Set your heart free.
And at the end, you'll finally realize what destiny has in store for you. In fact, your reward might be right around the corner.
Hey, Axel.
Huh? Hey, liking the look. Cut your hair, too.
That's a good look, Kyrie. Ah, Riku. Oh, weird. Cool. Would have wanted to see Star Wars if only for the point for Ian. Yeah. No, they'll save that. Gotta be some surprises in this game. Whoa. Yeah. Good song. You're giving me too many things lately. Riku's in love with himself. I mean, yeah, I was Riku. Sony's for the whole family. Oh. Ugh. All right, here we go, everybody.
Porter Bridges. The man who delivers. Tears. Chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
The game looks pretty. I just hope they show more than this right now. Because honestly, it looks really boring. It looks very pretty, but very boring. Alright. Show me something. He's contracted the phantom pain. Death Stranding of the Wild. It's pretty. Is that Jennifer Lawrence? I don't think so.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The time pole fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sound border bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
right, here we go, everybody.
Some porter breaches. The man who delivers. Tears. Chiral allergy.
It's very Metal Gear gameplay.
A cryptobite a day keeps the time fall away. You're too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
I should probably know her, but I don't. Alright. Well, there's a lot of walking around and sneaking around. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sold. Oh boy, but that's okay. It's not necessarily for me. I know other people are excited about it. It'll be excited. It's a very pretty game. Very pretty game. Oh, Team Ninja. Oh. A little bit different than Ghost of Tsushima. Neo 2! Oh, that's interesting. Cool, okay. He could turn into an Oni? That's cool. That's kind of cool. That deserved a better trailer, though. It's kind of weird. Like, good thing they didn't put that right back to back with Ghost of Tsushima. But. Raft, this is Spider-Man.
Secure, but I can't reach them over radio. Their comms must be down.
Right?
What's your status?
Already here.
Yes! He's going to the raft? That's really cool. Electro?
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Love the optimism. But in my experience, when it looks bad, it's usually worse. Look out!
Electro, cool.
Hold on!
Oh, the raft has a lot of potential. Here we go.
You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party! Just in time for the fireworks!
Looks like we made parole, boys!
They should all be super criminals, though.
Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join
Yeah,
the party.
Yuri Lowenthal. Oh, yeah, yeah. They all
Everyone
special
just quietly
abilities.
go back into your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay? Please?
Dang. Reminds me of Arkham Asylum. Oh, nice.
Like fish in a barrel.
Oh, love how he lands. Really good attention to detail on how he flips. Rhino?
Hi, Rhino.
Hope you like surprise, Spider.
he talking about?
And Electro? Oh boy. Making a Sinister 6.
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No biggie.
Electro must be working.
A Scorpion!
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
Green Goblin, if you show me Green Goblin, I'm gonna lose it. Who shot that explosive? Is that a pumpkin bomb?
Lost you for a second there. You okay?
Not really. Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the prison?
Camera system's almost done. I'll
Oh
give you a
my
sit rep
goodness,
soon.
this looks
Okay,
good.
I'll keep tracking Electro.
Oh, that's cool. Web shooter. It has to recharge too. You seen that at the top? Yeah, okay. Yep. Oh my god.
Come on, Spider-Man. I thought this was a chase.
Just saying, look for
Stop
Electro.
this guy.
Pretty decent. Wow, that movement.
If you tell me who you're working for, I'll go easy on you.
Can't stop it. But I'm flattered that you still try.
Wow.
Nobody ever takes me up on that offer.
Where have they got their suits?
Gotcha.
Vulture's here!
Vulture! What?
Long time no see.
They're showing us so many villains!
Sorry, no time to talk.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped.
Wow, this is nuts.
That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
It's gonna be 6.
For a second there, I thought you were serious.
I am serious. I have to go. Some of them are heading into the city.
This is nuts.
How are we doing, chat? If they show Venom or Doc Ock, or Green Goblin, one of the 3.
Keep chasing. Party's almost over.
Wow. This is really ambitious, Insomniac. I'm really proud of you guys.
Electro, stop!
How do you like my new suit?
Dashing. Where'd you get it?
It's an exclusive club.
They're gonna show the Sinister 6. Goblin or Ock would give him the suits. Mr. Negative. Okay.
Remember, he said not to kill him.
He
Good
said.
idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want.
It's Goblin or Ock. Of course, you don't get to fight them all, but right at the same time. Oh. The glider comes into frame. Come on. No. It gotta be Goblin, right? Oh my gosh. That tease. What it. I can't even. I don't even.
Ellie. I should be terrified of you.
Where's Splinter Cell? Is there really not going to be Splinter Cell or Final Fantasy VII? Come on, they're going to do one more thing. Show me Sam Fisher. Bring me to life. They're still here. They're panning out. They're going outside. Oh, God, no.
That was the PlayStation E3 showcase. A lot to take in. There was a ton of great Worldwide Studios titles. We actually got a little more to share here coming right up. We're going to have first live gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man right here, just a couple of minutes. We have a new game to announce. We have some other stuff to talk about, too. What a show.
Oh, my gosh.
Top highlights, go.
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just not... I'm not really feeling that. All right, we got to start with the whiteboard. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking for Ghost of Tsushima. Devil May Cry 5 wasn't there, but we've seen it before. But I'm not giving it to him. No Sly Cooper remaster. So 1 out of 3. All right. Not that really is. Nothing really on Dreams. Not a fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, let's go through it quick. First, I think. Let's talk about the overall presentation at the end. I think that they had a pretty good showing of The Last of Us Part 2. Honestly, though, I think the story will be great again. The gameplay looked good, but it looked very similar to what the last one was. So I guess I need to feel it, like the differences, because like you guys were saying, some of the combat, some people didn't like it, maybe kind of divisive. But for me, I was just like, oh, it's brutal. It looks great. But I want to play it. It wasn't anything that was like, wow, like this is brand new or anything. So especially after I had seen kind of, Lara Croft kind of doing something similar recently, I was kind of hoping to see something different. But that's okay. I mean, they can exist at the same time. I'm not saying that they can't be separate. It's just that nothing exists in a vacuum. And I was just thinking the whole time, okay, sneaking around in the jungle with a bow and arrow, or in the tall grass, whatever. So not the best. I enjoyed it for what it was, but the whole thing, changing venues was bad. Yeah. So Ellie, yeah, Ellie's cool. We'll see how that goes. Next, though, I will say this is the highlight for me, I think. Ghost of Tsushima looks really, really good. They didn't go super crazy with it. They didn't blow it out of proportion. That's why I think they're going to try to stick and try to be historically accurate for now. They might try to get into the mystical stuff, but for now, I think that's probably a good place to keep it. We'll just talk about Neo, too, in the same breath there. Just a little tease of it. That's pretty nice. Because they didn't show Sekiro from Software, they didn't show that at all, which is kind of crazy to me. I thought we'd see a little bit more of that. Didn't, because we have Ghost of Tsushima and Neo. Maybe they just didn't want that. They're just like, we don't need to have that. They did do their 4 big things. Yes, we saw. So we talked about those 2. Death Stranding. I don't know. Are you guys? I know some people said they're excited in chat here. I guess I just don't. It just didn't really grab me. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe it's just not for me. It just looks like a lot of walking around and then sneaking around and not really doing much of anything. I'm sure there's more to do in that game, but From Software. Wait, hold on a second, everybody.
You're going to be a fairy.
What?
And live in the world where time stands still.
I guess we're not done.
Nobody can see what you're up to ever again.
Here's Sekiro. Is this their new thing? This might be their new thing. Definitely the From Software character models. Maybe you're right, Frank. It didn't rule the rose?
Okay, Decine, that's From Software's new title coming to PlayStation VR. Quite a departure.
Oh, it's a
very
PlayStation
artistic.
VR.
Still don't know a ton about how it actually.
Okay, that's why they didn't show it. I was like, why didn't they put this in there? What the heck do you think? Sony, what happened? Did you guys get like a threat or something? Or did you just think that you couldn't do anything wrong? What the heck? That was... Hi, Sony, I don't know, man. Sony, I'm not going to lie. Losing me kind of a bit there. Just a little bit. Spider-Man, I think looks incredible. I think Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible. I think Last of Us 2, like, it looks fun, and I think honestly Death Stranding looks like a good, like, it looks very pretty, and I think a lot of people are excited about it. But the way you presented this stuff today, what the heck? You had two musical performances. Like, were you gonna introduce all of them like that? I was thinking, okay, what are they gonna do for Spider-Man? No, they're not gonna do anything for that. Okay. What are you gonna do for Death Stranding? Nothing. That's fine. I just don't get it. Guys, maybe I'm missing something here. Anyway, I think the games that they have for Sony, especially the first party stuff, that they're a big deal. Ghost of Tsushima, that's a big deal. Spider-Man's a big deal. Last of Us 2 is a big deal, and so is Death Stranding. And again, I don't remember if that's first party. I can't remember if that's going to be exclusive, I should say. But I just was not feeling this press conference. Yeah. I mean, Sony has a track record of being full of themselves after they're successful going into PS3. They were really arrogant. I'm expecting more to be shown, to be honest. I still want to hear more about Dreams. 3 years since Final Fantasy VII, still nothing. Yeah, seriously. Maybe they're moving towards being that again. I hope not. We're seeing a little bit of Spider-Man here. Spider-Man looks great. I think Spider-Man is really cool. Really good tease with that. I really think it's going to be Green Goblin. Because, you know, they're kind of teasing the 6. And it's kind of nice to know that Mr. Negative isn't the main bad guy. It's like he's working for a higher up. Because it's like, oh, who's Mr. Negative? So that's nice. Yeah, and it's cool to see him at a different place besides New York. So it seems like that's a mission where you go off and go do that at the raft, which is very cool. Yeah, I really thought this was the time to bring Final Fantasy VII. I thought this was the time to bring Avengers. I thought this was the time to bring Splinter Cell. What the heck happened? I feel like they're like, and I'm feeling like that kid on Christmas who got like a few of the things he wanted. They weren't exactly the way he wanted, but then there's a few things missing still, and I'm like, I'm not happy. Like, we're so lucky. E3 is still a huge, exciting, lovely thing to be a part of. But for this press conference, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Right now, Fragon's not surprised that FF7 wasn't shown. Right now, for me, personally, I'm going to say Sony... I don't know. Giving it a 6. Giving it a 6. I'm sorry. That atrocious thing in the beginning... I don't really think for me, Death Stranding was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to let the air out of the mystery of that game. They're still like, oh, what could it be? But it just seems very dull to me at this point. Just needs to show more. I think Last of Us was pretty much what you would expect. Very good, but nothing. Does it really anything different than what you expected? That's the thing. That's what for me. I wanted to see something a little bit different there, but. Yeah, Spider-Man and Ghost of Tsushima are great. That's good. So, Sony simply focused on exclusives, and Fragadin, like Sean Lane said at the beginning, he said, you know, don't come here expecting big surprises. But RE2 remake, there's RE2 remake, which is, I mean, exciting for a lot of people. Facial animations look a little weird, but it's exciting for people. Seems like it's gonna be third person, which I think is smart. I know a lot of people want lock cameras, but even though they had Kingdom Hearts 3 footage, yeah, that kind of was like, eh. You know, I'm excited about Kingdom Hearts 3, but I feel like they're showing just so much of that game. I'm like, just please don't show me anymore. I don't want to see anymore. Even if Spider-Man Death Stranding is, even if Spider-Man and Death Stranding are what I want the most, Ubisoft was the most fun for you. Yeah, I think Ubisoft was the most fun. I think this press conference feels like they're forced to do it. There wasn't a lot of passion here. And a lot of that has to come from the fact that they didn't bring out the actual developers on stage to talk about this stuff. I thought that when they said they were going to do a deep dive on these games, they were like, we're gonna really focus on these games. I thought they were going to bring them out and talk to them for a few minutes, and that's fine that we didn't get that. That's totally fine. It just feels weird. There doesn't feel like a lot of love here. It just feels like, yep, we're just coming out. We got to do this. We got to crank it out. Let's get out there. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of passion, which he said it feels like it's more of a vocation for them. I don't know. Dude, RE2 remake, that we knew that was gonna happen. It was super weird that they had mini Dreams clips but didn't mention the game at all. Yeah, Missile Mage, I feel like they've done that in the past with um, Little Big Planet or something, where they had just kind of like little, things here and there. Spider-Man looks great. Again, though, it's coming in September, so I'm excited for that. I love that he doesn't like let these guys go off the edge. He'll kind of web them back. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. Well, do you think it's a deep dive because a developer stands on stage? No, it's not that, Fragadin. It's not a deep dive. What I mean by that is that they, instead of just show a bit, usually there's like, I don't know, there should be some, like, usually like a developer is talking over the top of gameplay or explaining more. Because if you're just showing the gameplay of it, that's just a gameplay trailer. Don't call it a deep dive. Just call it like, oh, we're showing gameplay from this. Because they can feed us anything and it not really hold up. I want to know whose idea it was to have The Last of Us part in the tents just so they can mirror the dance scene. Yeah, stupid, dumb. And now I'll never be able to look at that church scene or whatever, that little dance thing, the same way. I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that dumb press conference. It didn't do it justice. Because 5 minutes of gameplay is better than any just how early. Fragadin, I totally agree with you. I feel like you're unhappy right now. I'm just saying, it sounded like they were going to explain more, and especially with like Death Stranding, I don't know, wasn't there. God of War is getting a new game plus. Okay. Yeah, I just don't think. Very unhappy, Jimmy. But you know what I mean, Fragadin? Like when they say that, that usually means that they usually say that key phrase, and I shouldn't listen to that anymore because like usually that is them saying they're gonna like explain something like more about these titles, but I guess not. And they didn't just focus on those 4 games. They did kind of bounce around to some other things. It's just like Neo, for example. Neo 2 should have had a way bigger showing. They zoomed out, and we could barely tell what was happening. And like, there it is, and there it goes. Like, I imagine those 4 games will be great. No release dates apart from Spider-Man, though. Yeah, exactly. I think they're all going to be good games. I mean, Death Stranding's not for me, but that one Bluebird, hi, hello. We're just talking about Sony's press conference. Chat, what do you guys give it? I don't know. This is not a. I'm actually excited for Nintendo now. This was a really poor showing, I think, on their part. I think it was cool to see the gameplay, but I think the presentation overall was not great. It was not good. The 2 musical things really. FF7 notably by its absence. Yeah, that's. And I'm not saying that like they ever said that they were gonna have that. I just can't believe Square showed it off, or like Square had a direct and they didn't even talk about that. Fragadin gives it a 7. Miss Mage gives it a 6. Okay. Which is crazy because for the past few years, people have talked about how Sony's like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, and people have loved it. Simon's at a 7. Yeah. Yeah. See, now they're kind of getting into what I was talking about though, Frag, where they're like the deep dive, because they're talking to a dev right now. I thought originally they were just going to show the 4 games for like 15 minutes apiece, sit down and talk about it with them a little bit, and then show the passion. Talk about something new. You know, that's what I was kind of hoping for. I thought Kojima didn't even show up. Guys, like people speak about this guy like he's the second coming. Guy wasn't there. I mean, I saw his name like 5 times in that little thing at the end for Death Stranding, but besides that, nothing. Was he in the crowd? I don't know. We got more Miyamoto for a game that he isn't even involved in at Ubisoft than we got Kojima at, like, right? Like, come on. He is busy. What we got was strong, what we actually got, but the start was poor. He is busy making an amazing game. Well, that didn't stop them from bringing Cory Barlog out on PSX, so I'm going to push back on that, Fragadin. He flew into LA? Oh, God. Yeah. So they're wasting his time. Or he's going to be on this stage after. Probably not, but Microsoft and Sony are different things for me. Microsoft had a fun, fast conference, but didn't show many games that spoke to me. Sony had games that were interesting to me, but the pacing was off. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I'm right there with you, Simon. I hear that. Even though there was more in Microsoft, just they had more. They had more stuff. Devil May Cry 5 is really, that'll be, even though I was kind of split on it to begin with, I'm excited that it exists. Gears of War 5, that's interesting to me. Halo Infinite could be really cool. And Jump Force, man. Jump Force. Yeah. I just think this was not this was poor showing. Yeah, Sony hasn't made me interested in anything new though, and that's what he said, Sean Layden, right before while he was at that little table desk thing. He was just kind of saying, "Well, there's don't expect to be like wowed by anything new." Well, Resident Evil 2 remake is kind of a big deal, honestly. Even I understand that, but like it was just like, here it is. Man, I don't like this. Get me fired up, chat. Getting me fired up, and not in a good way. They just showed Christine Steimer. Oh, I recognize this guy. Are these the guys from... I don't remember where you're from. Nothing new, no, but I've been very interested in Death Stranding, and I'm very excited for it. Simon, I'm glad you're excited for it, man. Whatever gets you playing that PS4 or PS5. And Frankenstein, they didn't do the PS5 thing either. They didn't talk about that. Sucker Punch. Yeah, these are boys for Sucker Punch. Should we listen to Sucker Punch, guys? I'm really tempted to. Let's listen in. Let's see what they have to say.
Come true that way.
Yeah. How about you? Oh man, it's amazing. You know, people are excited. You know, you see all the other projects, and everybody's just stoked about all the different games that are up there. And you know, we put a lot of heart and soul into it, so it's just that moment where it shows it is just great. So
I think we should show it because we have some of the footage.
I think we do have a little bit of footage hanging around
saving
here.
grace
So
for me.
check
I
it
love
out.
Spider-Man too, but this is
hanging
like
around,
you know, it's just doing its thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this game, first of all, just gorgeous. I mean, the art direction is really coming through in an incredible way, but also the technical sophistication as well. I mean, we're going to see here in a minute. Here we go. There we go. Get into some
right to the combat.
We have some highlights from the showcase just shown off for the
Kind of want to
first
see if they
time.
talk about this a little bit. Then we can go back to talking.
I mean, this is gorgeous.
Look at this.
I don't know what else to say about it. I'm flabbergasted.
And maybe, I don't know, Nate or Jason, who wants to take this, but it seems like in these moments of gameplay, there's small vignettes of like a classic samurai film in which you really focus in the player experience, the visuals, the music, all the cues seem to align in harmony. I mean, that must
Fatty,
be
hey, what's up?
very
Interesting start, that's for
intentional,
sure.
I can only assume.
It is an orchestra. You know, like you got to take all these elements and for
maybe
even
Death
that
Stranding's
opening
still,
attack,
like,
the EI
pre-alpha,
attack,
but
it's about building
just don't
space
show it.
before it, having the leads go by, the drum up of music beforehand. And that's what makes it, you know, really powerful.
How do you coordinate all those systems? Like,
you know, we run in strike teams. You know, we got a lot of multidisciplinary, awesome people working on it. So
yeah, but I mean, you watch a lot of samurai movies, man. I mean,
that's
come
the
on.
real answer,
That was
actually.
the real trick. yeah. I mean, there's that quiet before the storm. It's pretty.
I feel like I've seen this combo takedown before. I don't know if it's from Batman or something.
And I know that authenticity is something that's tremendously
leap from one to the
important
next.
to your entire studio.
It is.
In this
Oh, like
game.
Far
Do you
Cry,
wanna
maybe that's what
share
I'm
a little
thinking
bit about some of the steps, the great steps that your team went through creating that.
Yeah, you know, I feel like we're in a super unique position because, you know, we're part of Sony. We have J Studio. We have somebody that would be a producer on our project in J Studio. We've hired some cultural guides. Like
I just
feel
like that they're
we're in
like,
this, you know, unique.
and then they fall over. That's cool.
To help us create this thing.
Yeah. Oh, Franken, you're right. Maybe Shadow of Mordor.
This knocked
scene.
me off.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's interrupt worthy right there.
Okay, so can we talk a little bit maybe about how you're approaching the sword play? I think that's a really interesting concept here. Like, you don't have to get too far into it. I know the game's still deep in development, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're going for
no
lethal
Rocksteady announcement.
precision.
I know.
There's not a lot of wasted energy.
Really kills me. This is where
very
Arkham Beyond
trained
or
experts.
Deathstroke was coming in,
And
right?
So every strike,
or Superman or whatever.
You know, could end a life. So you want to make sure that each one counts. Yeah. I mean, right now we're allowing these characters to kind of circle each other and talk to each other.
Go in the background
because
here.
it's not just kind of a furball, right? It's studying kendo. We've brought in experts to kind of show us how to do it.
Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. We just had to look at that for just a second because it looks so cool. Yeah, they said that you can come back, build a place with a crater. Yeah, I think there are interesting things in Death Stranding, potentially. It's just, we didn't see any of it. I wanted to see him explode at the end or something. Like, I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry. Death Stranding just says, I don't think it's for me. I'm sorry. I know there's other channels, I'm sure, that you can watch where they're just like, oh, Death Stranding, I can't wait. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to hype something up if I'm not actually excited in it. Because that's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anybody. So I'm not going to do that. Miss Wedge is going to go to bed. Overall, I thought the conference was a letdown. Yeah, Miss I think so too. Anyway, Miss Wedge, you sleep well, buddy. Jimmy, fan of very few things. Fragan, that's not true. You know that's not true. Come on. Come on. Give me a break here, huh? kind of weird to show Pirates of the Caribbean for Kingdom Hearts 3. I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is so good. I didn't think they'd go back to Pirates, especially at World's End. Kind of a weird choice. Jump Force, yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Jump Force. I'm so excited for that's cool. I'm excited for that. I know so many people were so just Dragon Ball Fighter Z and stuff, but I was like, that's not. I like Dragon Ball when it's Budokai Tenkaichi, like just huge open environments. I like teleporting towards people, punch them in the face. It's so great. Yeah. So last time, guys, favorite game of the show here from them. I think Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man were the highlights for you. Fatty, I'm in the same boat. I don't know which one to pick. I think I'm going to give it to Ghost of Tsushima because a lot of the stuff in Spider-Man was cool, but it felt very just like, okay, run up the wall, like towards Electro and stuff. I wanted to, like, not that you could fight all the 5 or 6 of them at the end, but that looks great. I mean, it does look good. The fighting looks so solid and smooth. Oh, but that Ghost of Tsushima, man. Oh, man. Dang, that game looks good. That game looks so good. I'm really stoked for that game. I'm really excited about that. Makes me excited to have a PlayStation 4. Like that, honestly, that really does. Because when I think, to the alternative with at least Microsoft, it's just like they don't really have something quite like that right now. So, but yeah, they didn't show the From Software stuff. They showed it there at the end, the VR stuff, but not anything Sokiro or whatever. There will be a rad fight with Calypso, which I'm looking forward to. Fatty for sure. Will I review Spider-Man, Simon? Yes. I'm going to try my best to. It comes out September 7th. That's 3 days after Dragon Quest XI. I think what we'll do is we'll do a review in progress on Dragon Quest XI and maybe Spider-Man and do a full review of Spider-Man. I don't want to rush through it too quickly, but I do want to give people my thoughts on it. So I hope you guys can look forward to that. I apologize. It does take a while. So, yeah, and I don't want to burn through the game. Unless I get an advanced copy. Who knows? I emailed you, Insomniac. You email me back. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Those other games, though, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if we have release dates on any of them. We did get a release date on Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is great. I'm sure people are excited about that. Dreams. Simon's excited about Dreams. They should have. Oh, they're showing Dreams right now. Oh, here, should we listen to this for a second? I know people are excited about Dreams.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and they are literally
perfect.
They will be using the create tools that you're watching right now to perform a 15-minute live gig. I don't think anyone knows about this. Even the people out there in the garden haven't realized yet.
We're spoiling it for the folks at home.
Yeah, man, it's going to be big.
And I just want to point out is the footage that the folks at home are seeing right now.
Yeah.
The seamless nature of the kind of create and the play, functionality of
If they do something
Dreams
crazy, Simon, let me know.
Be
Maybe their conference is still going. Maybe. It doesn't seem like the people at Sony know either. They're just kind of like, so keep going. If they would, the thing is, maybe they didn't show the From Software VR game because people would have been freaking out, and then afterwards people would have said, oh. I feel bad because I feel like From Software, they're like painting themselves into like that kind of Souls corner, and then they'll make something different, like, we could be poetic, and people are like, no. 24-hour conference. Yep. By the end of this, it will be Thursday. Yeah. Fragginin, I hope we're still buddies. I'm worried that you hate me now. I hope that's not the case. We covered everything. Yeah, now they're doing their like in-depth stuff. A little bit more so. I don't know. I just don't think they presented super well. But that's okay, because they've got some pretty cool games, and I think it's not a bad thing to have a PlayStation. So, yeah, man, good stuff. We are buds. Okay, thank goodness. But anyway, guys, like a few of you said it, but what's the game? What is the one game from this that you saw? I know, Fraggin, you were really excited about Resident Evil. Is it still that? Are you still actually excited about Resident Evil after seeing it now? Like, now that you've seen the trailer and stuff, are you still like, yes? I need to know. I'm glad they showed that, though. They needed to. I feel like that in Final Fantasy VII, man. Where is Sam Fisher? He's so good at stealthing. I'm sad The Last of Us and Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima have no release date. I know they're far away, but no patience. Yeah, Simon, I get that too. At least Ghost of Tsushima seems like it's pretty far along. To some degree. I don't know. We just saw that one demo, so I don't really know. RE2 Remake had me freaking the hell out. I yelled out loud. What I picture is just Resident Evil 4 style, but in the Resident Evil 2 realm. Control looked really cool. What was that other IP? So there's Control and I don't remember the other one. What did everyone think of The Last of Us 2? My friends were not super impressed. I think it's fine. Did their friends play the first one, Fatty? That's the question I have. Did they play that first game? Because I think if you played the first game, it's not as impressive. Because the first time we saw gameplay for Last of Us, it was seeing Joel and Ellie fighting those guys, and it was really brutal. And it felt like more of that, which is fine. It's just nothing like really shocking or new. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but I wanted there to be a moment where I was like, wow, like, okay, Last of Us 2. Was there a date on Control, or was it just 2019? I think it was just 2019. Neo 2, maybe? Yeah. I feel bad for Neo. Like, Neo is a cool game, and I just don't think. Yeah, no zombies, all action. Looked like Tomb Raider's action sequence, which we just saw. See, thank you, Fatty. I'm not the only one who thinks that. I thought I was losing my mind. Last of Us 2 felt good. Those small details, I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. She, she's touching the car and she's making, like, when she's going around, she grabbed that bottle and whipped it at him, and like it was very brutal. And every swing felt like it could kill her. Like if she took a hit from that hammer, which she did take, but she didn't die. I thought I was like, oh man, if she gets hit, it can be devastating. It was brutal, that's for sure. She started stabbing that guy in the throat. That was a nice turn for her. But when you hack that woman down and her arrows fell from the quiver and we grabbed them, that's cool. I didn't notice that. That's very cool. Yeah. Attention to detail. I'm not saying they don't have attention to detail. That is not what I'm saying. I just, it was just, yeah. I think it's hard, though. I think, for in that perspective, you can't be bombastic like you can't be with Uncharted. You can't show off a new set piece that's like super crazy. You just kind of show one melee encounter or kind of skirmish, and you go from there. And that's the thing about The Last of Us. It's not supposed to be like crazy and new. It's supposed to be set in this grim and gritty, realistic world. It's not supposed to like get super crazy powers or anything, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. It's just that I expected that. So, but that's what this whole press conference was. Just what we expected. That's what Sean wanted us. Just what we expected. So, except Resident Evil 2 there. That was a nice little. That was a good surprise. And Pirates. I can't get over that. They're doing Pirates. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I can't believe they're going back. Some very cool combat nuances. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, like she hits that guy with the machete, and he's like, ah, and then he hits him again. It's like, oh. I wanted to see Joel for a second there. I kind of wanted him in the background. I know they kind of referenced him at one point, which was great. Oh, God, they're showing Skyrim. Oh, boy. All right. Move it along. Yeah. No, thanks. Oh, gosh, guys. Yeah, this is weird. This is the first time I feel like in a long time that Sony hasn't really blown people away, and I think a lot of it's just because of the way and I know we kind of mentioned it before, but just the way they handled that beginning part was kind of strange. It was very weird. I don't think they'll try to do something like this again. For the people there, like Fragadin pointed out, I think they probably loved it because they're like, wow, we're in this cool like church thing. Now we're going somewhere else. How amazing. But for the masses, the people who are watching this, it's like, okay, you open with a guy playing the banjo. Okay, great. Do the gameplay, cool. Now you go to a guy playing that wooden flute. And it just seemed like it was just too much. It just seemed like they were trying to be much more. It just didn't work. I'm tempted to give PSVR for Jupiter and Mars. Oh yeah, was that the dolphin one? If that tent pulled away and it was a bigger thing underneath, that would have been better. Yeah, Fragan, I thought for sure they were gonna be like they were gonna pull it away. Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for these guys on stage because they had the impossible task, the insurmountable task of buying time while all this went down. You know when you show that From Software thing, you'd show it right there to keep people invested. You're like, because I wonder what the drop-off was. Like if people were watching, like, oh, I'm out. Like, show that thing right there. People are like, what was that? It was a VR game? Okay, weird, but bought time because people are like, what was this From Software game? That's where I would have put that, personally. But I don't run these press conferences, so. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. A lot of things missing, though. Not that they said they were going to promise this stuff. There's no kind of even talk about the PlayStation 5. There's no FF7, Avengers, Rocksteady thing, Splinter Cell thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the future is still bright, obviously, for that, but it just... When they pushed back on PSX, and they're like, we're not doing a lot, I thought that meant they were going to have a killer E3. A murderous E3. Just not. It just wasn't. Like, I don't know. I guess things are not ready to show. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, Red Dead Redemption? A lot of people thought maybe Red Dead would show up here. And it's not Sony's fault. They never said to any of us, hey, you better expect this. It's just the past couple of years they've really done such a great job of kind of blowing us out of the water with showing something incredible. And they did show really amazing stuff. But, yeah. I feel like they ran into some major technical difficulties. Fatty, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know. They had to change the location and then just rapid-fire trailers with no explanations or release dates. Do you guys think that's the problem? Because I know at the beginning when Sean was talking, it sounded really weird audio-wise. Do you think they were trying to fix the other place to make sure it was ready to go? Or was the church like the main setting? I don't know. You think that was the plan all along? They just wanted to mirror Last of Us dance place? Yeah, I guess so. Honestly, that's where I would have my after party. Or if they have Last of Us playable, I'd be like, hey, go over here. Okay, so what is this now? Okay. Today's schedule. So did they show, now they're going to show a bunch of stuff later? Or they have? I don't even know. This is the Tuesday schedule. Okay, so for tomorrow, you guys can see more of The Last of Us. Ghost of Tsushima is coming back. Dreams. So tell Missile Maids are gonna have a bunch of stuff. Okay, they're gonna show a lot of stuff. So Wednesday, just a bunch of stuff. Ghost of Tsushima coming back. Is Resident Evil 2 remake on there somewhere? Days Gone. They're gonna show some of that. Amy, what up? Yeah, not certain either way, but one thing's for sure: it was all very questionable. More Anthem. Please, yeah, show me something more from. I mean, like I know what Anthem is now, but I would still like to. I've got a lot of interest. A lot of questions about it. Bloop bleep. Did they just cut away and they cut back? It's so weird because this is their thing. Like this is Sony's thing, and this feels so like. And this is not to downplay like Jeff Keighley or anybody else who like GameSpot or IGN. It feels like a news group covering the press conference afterwards. And when they cut to it originally, it was like, ugh. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm sitting at a 6 for that. That was not really cool games, just presented in a really poor way, which really sucks because they deserve better. And I think The Last of Us. I think they presented it in an interesting way. It's just that afterwards, it was just so like, what the heck? So, I feel like this press conference is still going on. Is it still going on? Oh, yeah, baby. I thought he was going to click it open. Not for sure. Yeah, Jupiter and Mars. Oh, that does look pretty. There's some Yakuza stuff. I'm not even going to show that. Simon. Simon, I think that's just your homeland. Is that what your homeland looks like, Simon? I just imagine it's pretty. There's Control. I think what threw me off the most is at the beginning when Sean Layden came out, he seemed nervous or he talked in a manner that didn't seem very confident. And maybe there was stuff going on behind the scenes. I just would be interested to know if they had any problems, which is totally fine. That can happen. But Kojima is apparently on E3. What do you mean? Is he on like another show or something? I can see him being on Jeff Keighley's show because they're buddies. They're like, we executed Nathan Fillion's character, so we don't have to pay him to be in this anymore. He's going to appear on Keeley's show soon, I believe. Do you guys want to switch over to that? We sure can if you guys want to. I might be a person who's not interested in that, but if you guys are, that is what I want to do. I want to hang out. I want to experience it with you. I want to be blown away. If he's gonna be on soon, then we can hop over to that if you guys want. Let me know. If anybody has a link for me, that'd be great. I mean, I can still look it up myself. But I think Jeff said he would be there after Sony's show. Okay. Hope you guys see him. Yeah. Also using the same kind of engine, was it, that Horizon Zero Dawn used, which, you know, just looks gorgeous. Which that's cool. Guerrilla Games. Wow. Talk about just I just can't. I'm still baffled by how they made something new like that. So cool. It's like if the Coalition one day stopped making Gears games, they just were allowed to make whatever they wanted. That'd be interesting. Or 343. Did you see Kyle's 4 tips to get your comment noticed during E3? I did not see that. Was it funny? Was it like a joke thing? I could definitely see that being a Kyle thing. I really, really want one day, honestly, to be completely frank, well, not frank with you guys, but I would love to be in an interviewing type position out at like an E3 thing like that. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think we'd have a good time, and it'd be good times. Ugh, I want to do that. Maybe one day. Jeff, look at me. I'm going to get rid of the browser for now. Jeff Keighley, Volunteers Tribute. Yes, it was funny. Okay, well, I'll have to check that out. I love Kyle. Kyle's great. I miss chatting with Kyle. He's a good guy. Do we want to move over to that, or do we just want to have like 10 more minutes where we just talk it out? We still have Nintendo tomorrow. Nintendo is still coming up. I'm going to bring up the rear with an interesting direct. What is it going to be? I have no idea. I can take a guess, but at this point, I don't even want to guess anything anymore. Because it's just, maybe tomorrow I'll feel a little bit different. But yeah. I don't know. Ugh. Sony, man. Just, I don't know, bumming me out. Man. Okay. But, like I like to ask after every press conference, what's the game? Did I miss the whiteboard? It's alright. I can bring it back up. It's okay. The whiteboard. The whiteboard. There we go. Sony, Ghost of Tsushima, showed. Devil May Cry 5, did not show. Sly Cooper Remaster, did not show. So that's fine. Sly Cooper Remaster is a shot in the dark. Oh, is this the Kyle tips? Probably.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. All right, well, now we're going to go back out to my good friend Kyle Bossman for...
I like in the past that he's called him Kyle Bosman. I think that's always funny. Yeah. But game of the show so far for you. Now that you've seen all of the games up until this point, what is the game that you are still the most excited about or are coming hot off of? I think for me before it was kind of tough to, like, Just Cause 4, Devil May Cry 5, you know. But I really do... Ghost of Tsushima does look really sweet. I think it looks really good. Oof. Grounded combat and everything, too. Ugh. I would watch it, but Fragged but like right now I don't want to... Just be like me sitting here just like... I'm sure it's gold. Kyle's very funny. He's very good. For Fatty, Kingdom Hearts 3, Fallout 76, Skull and Bones, Fatty, I love that, and Spider-Man. Yeah, man. That's my order so far. Is Kingdom Hearts 3 the top one? I think so. For you, I think that's right. Skull and Bones. Yeah, I'm excited about Skull and Bones. Put it on the radar. I don't know if it had a release date. It's the problem with these things. There's so much. It's so hard to remember, to be sure which one. Yes, sir. All right. Good. Glad to hear that. Excellent. Fragged Simon. Oh, and Jump Force. I feel like they actually showed that gameplay for like a few seconds, and it looks nuts. In New York City. Ugh. But Simon, Fragged, what do you guys have for me? Best game so far. so far that you've seen? Fragged now beforehand you said Devil May Cry 5 and nothing was going to change that, but as Resident Evil 2 Remake knocked it out. Both Capcoms. Simon, Spider-Man? Spider-Man's your favorite one? Spider-Man looks so good, and I really can't wait to play that. Stream it with you guys in September. It's gonna be jolly. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna love it. Ooh, so good. Ooh, swinging around. I'm really stoked for that one. I'm jazzed, some would say. Yeah. I showed off so many villains tonight. That's so nice to hear because I was worried so much that Mr. Negative was gonna be like the big main bad. It's nice to see those other boys coming out. Oh, Sinister Six. That tease. Ugh, could they have just shown me the goblin's eyes for like 1 second? Killing me, Insomniac. Was that the only one that thought someone would come to Spidey's rescue at the end? Yeah, I didn't think. I thought they were just going to show another villain. I thought they were bringing it up to Venom or something, but then when they were saying that someone had made them suits, I feel like you've got one of two options there. I mean, there are probably some other ones, but they do Mysterio? No. I think it's Doc Ock or Green Goblin who would make suits for everybody. I'm not sure it's Goblin. I think it could be Goblin. The only reason I say that, Simon, is because there's been a lot of people included with the Sinister Six. Usually, like, Doc Ock is one of those big ones. But it sounded like jets coming down, and unless they've changed Doc Ock so, like, his limbs can use jets, like, I just feel like the glider is like, like that. Plus, that would be that's a pretty well-known villain. Now, Doc Ock is obviously very well-known too, but the Green Goblin, I think you see him, and right away you're like, oh my gosh, this is kind of a big deal. And Norman Osborn has been teased, as being the mayor or whatever. It's Iron Man. That would have been insane. If they would have shown Iron Man at the end of that, voiced by Robert Downey Jr., I mean, they wouldn't get him, but yeah. That is my humble Spider-Man guess, if I had to make one. And I'm a pretty big Spidey fan. I have not read all the comics. I'm just, I'm pretty well versed in a lot of that stuff. But they do change it up from time to time. It might not be either of those guys, but Venom isn't the one that strikes me as the leader of the Sinister Six. Like if they're doing that, I'm just really happy Sinister Six is in this game, and it just goes to show that they're not trying to hold all this stuff for a sequel. They're just like, no, we're going Sinister Six now. We could change it up if we make a sequel, but we're going to do this now. Why not? It just means that Insomniac is going for the fences with this one. They don't care. They want people, and maybe this wasn't their full intention, but at the end of the year, when people are like God of War, but then people are like, but Spider-Man, they want to just be right up there. And I think in a way, showing off a lot more villains, I think that's a really big couple of check marks in the Spider-Man column. That's a big deal. Yeah, it's really cool. Very cool. So, yeah. All right, chat. We're going to wrap it up. We got 5 minutes left, and then I'll wrap it up for the evening. Final questions, final thoughts on Sony, Ubisoft, Square Enix today. Is there one of the three that you like the most? Personally, for me, it was Ubisoft. I think they were great. You've been up all night, and I'm out. Love Nintendo. I really want them to hit one out of the park. Yep, Fatty, we'll be here tomorrow morning if you want to join us. But you go sleep, buddy. Thank you for stopping back by. Appreciate it. Thank you. Fragadin, are you still with us? Fatty says Ubisoft wins today. Maybe the whole thing. We'll see. Ubisoft was fun. I'm actually excited for an AC game again. Yeah, man. Simon, it's going to be cool. I think it's very cool. I just don't know if we should pick, for me personally, if I'm going to pick the Cassandra or the other Alexandros or whatever his name is. Frag's still here. Also was happy during the Donkey Kong music number. That was great. Yeah. I also liked the Ubisoft screw-ups where they still had the mics on and that one guy was like, oh, they're always changing up my entrances or whatever. I like hearing those things. Or when they walked off for the Beyond Good and Evil 2 people, they're like, we nailed it. That was great. Who was saying that they thought it'd be funny if they just heard someone in the back of Ubisoft going, they're eating out of the palm of our hand, That'd be great. Ubisoft was fun. Yeah. They had a fun presser. And the thing is, they had all their fun stuff kind of in the beginning, and then they had more of their, The Division, Assassin's Creed, For Honor stuff at the back half. They weren't trying to do both and both. They're just like, all right, this is kind of fun, and then we transition. It's all going to be fun, but it's going to be maybe a little more serious. Whereas Just Dance was the craziest, weirdest stuff. They had the trial stuff. They had the rabbit stuff. Trials Guy was wonderful as usual. Yes, Trials Guy was great. Riding in on a motorcycle. Miyamoto thing was great. That was wonderful. Yeah, I think they took the day. Where Square Enix and Sony are kind of like, I was hoping that Sony would bring up the rear and talk about a lot of the stuff Square didn't, but you know what? Maybe it's just too soon. Maybe it's just too soon. It's kind of weird for Final Fantasy to do that, but like for Avengers, you know what? I get it. Good night, Fatty. Take care, buddy. Cheers. Yeah. I'm glad Nintendo's going last, and I think Nintendo going last every year is actually a good thing. Kind of leaves a good ending, hopefully. Ubisoft is really best for me, with Microsoft second and Sony third. Yeah, so far I'm kind of in that boat too. I don't know who my third place is right now, though. Oh, nice. PS Plus members get Black Ops 3 for free. Oh, yeah, they talked about that, Fraggin, earlier on. I think during that little, like, while they're sitting at the desk. So, yeah. I am not a PS Plus member. I just don't want to have multiple subscriptions, man. It's so expensive. So expensive. Yeah. All right, chat. Well, if we don't have anything else left to say, I think that's going to do it for me today. We had a big day today. We had, like I said, we had Square, we had Ubisoft, Sony. Frustrating in some respects. Still didn't get Splinter Cell. You know what? I'm happy it didn't show up at Sony, though, because if it would have shown up, it should be on Ubisoft stage. It really should be. So that means it's probably not ready yet. So Splinter Cell, somewhere. Fraggin, Microsoft 1, Ubisoft 2, Sony 3, Square Enix 4, 5 for PC, 6 is EA. Sure, I think it's not bad. For me, yeah, like Sony and Square, I'm like, Square? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, was there anything cool shown at the PC Gaming Show? I saw a few things here and there, but nothing, like, super insane. I know Insomniac's working on some sort of co-op VR thing. Nintendo tomorrow. Nintendo is going to come in here, and I think it might try to crack one out of the park. I think Square needs to watch more Nintendo Directs, hopefully, and get it together next time, if they want to do that. Gamescom, though. Yeah, I know, Gamescom. And you know what? Splinter Cell could show up there. They said Devil May Cry 5 will be playable, I guess, at Gamescom. Like, I want to go to Gamescom. Fraggin, do you want to go to Gamescom? Let's go to Gamescom. Let's go to Germany. Oh, man. I really, yeah, Devil May Cry 5. Yeah. I actually saw more of it in action today, and I feel better. PC had some decent stuff. Yeah, I feel like with PC, it's just so broad. It's hard to be kind of more focused and really get people excited. I hope to see Medieval at Gamescom or Paris Game Show. Oh, I think I remember it's like Maneater, open world RPG where you are a shark. Oh, that's kind of fun. You just going around eating people. That's kind of fun. That's fun. Sean. I need to see that. He needs to see Maneater. He needs to see the shark game immediately. Alright. Well, I need to go to sleep because we've got Nintendo, which starts at 11 a.m. for me tomorrow, which means I'll probably be back on around 10:30. It was their sweetest moment. Sure. Okay. Cool. Anyway, yes, well, like I said, I'm gonna wrap it up there for tonight. It's been a long day. It's been a good day. Some great things, not so great things. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm hoping that there's a lot of cool stuff that we haven't even seen yet, not only from Nintendo, but from stuff from the actual show floor, stuff that maybe just didn't make it into the press conferences, but that is actually really, really cool. So I'm really hoping for some fun times tomorrow. So hopefully you'll join me tomorrow. EZA has a thing called Sweetest Moment, sponsored by... Oh, yeah, Sweet Justice. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Yep, they have a pretty big audience. They're getting a lot of money in. They chose their best moment from each conference. Ah, for sure. Yeah. Makes sense. Gotcha. All right, anyway, Well, just for clarification, I'm Jimmy. I know you guys know who I am, but thank you for your support. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. Thank you for gifting that sub earlier, Frag. Really appreciate that. Thank you for just hanging out. I hope you had some fun. I know I'm not like the biggest like Sony fanboy ever, but I think Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man are really cool, and I'm hopeful that Death Stranding and Last of Us Part 2 are incredible. I hope they're good. I really hope they're amazing. I'm sure they will be. It just yeah, nice shirt. Thank you. It's little Kingdom Hearts, which they did show, which I really pirates. I have a Captain Jack hat. Should have put it on. I just never thought they'd go back to that. Anyway, thank you, Fragadin. I appreciate that. You know what? You know what I love? Not this shirt. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all sleep super duper well. It was covered by the conference the entire time. Well, Simon, whose fault is that? You're the one who wanted the screen bigger, Simon. Simon is just it's Goldilocks. He says, the porridge is too hot. It's too cold. You know, come on, Simon. It's right here. Right here. Just. But he feels comfortable saying those things, which is great. It's a safe space I've created here. Yes. Just keep telling yourself that, Jim. Also, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm looking up at Batman. Rocksteady, where the heck are you? Come on. Let's go. Anyway. Simon's just trying to get a rise out of me. I won't let him have it. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Love and hugs to all of you. Just remember to adapt and overcome. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.